Hey there, happy Wednesday Guardians. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today is a special occasion as I will be taking you on a tour through the tower. So grab some snacks and enjoy as we head to the tower. So the tower is the biggest social hub space in Destiny. You will be going here often throughout your time, and it's imperative that you really know what is in the tower, how to get around, what's going on in this large space, right? So we're gonna fly in there. Should be fun. So when you fly in, obviously the map will get updated because I'm flying to a destination. Big map here, right? So like, where do I go? What do I do? So right off the bat, there are 2 fast travel locations in the tower. So if you fly to it from destinations, from here, you can actually pick where you go. So I just went to the middle. This is the most common one, but you can also go over here. I'm not sure why they didn't add one over here, but that's okay. So we're going to start in the middle. So I'm flying in over here, and we're in the tower. I'm not going to go through all the secret nooks and crannies. We're just going to hit the essentials. So right off the bat, this is an Iron Banner week. Iron Banner is an occasional PvP Crucible playlist. You see Lord Salad in here. Somebody's body is through him right now. But this is the Iron Banner guy. So you can pick up... Oh yeah, there's no more quests anymore. But this is where your Iron Banner stuff goes if you're into PvP. So once you start playing Iron Banner, you'll get Iron Ingrams. And then you can focus them here for the weapons. Or the armor. You can get some of the older stuff too. This is like previously released stuff. So you'll see this menu a lot. The rank rewards. Bungie reworked all of the vendors' reward structure. They've been doing it for a while, actually. They've slowly but surely converted all the vendors to copy this. But basically, the more you play, the more you rank up. That's pretty much how it goes. It's super simple. There's not a lot of bounty incentivizing anymore. You kind of just get rewards as you play. So it works well. It does its job. So over here on the left, so I got a few things here. So one, you'll find a terminal quest archive they have hid in the corner here. Which is not the greatest location because this is actually pretty important. So here you will find abandoned quests and previous release stuff that maybe you haven't picked up yet. So New Light and campaigns, you'll probably see a bunch of stuff here for you to do, especially if you just started. And you got some campaigns, so this will be filled with all the campaigns if you haven't completed them, even the older ones. Seasonal and ritual, minor blank right now. So any exotic gear. So like this is like a chaperone quest, which is an exotic shotgun, sweet business, and exotic auto rifle, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Bungie gives you a lot of these off the bat, just as a chance to, or a guaranteed way to get these weapons, right, to start off with. And then these are past expansion stuff. So then over here you have your Postmaster. So this has a maximum limit of, I want to say like 22. Don't quote me on that, but basically when you get something, whether it's an engram or a piece of armor or a weapon, it'll go into your inventory unless your inventory is full, and then it'll go into the Postmaster. So your inventory holds the one you equipped and then 9. So if I got a chest piece right now, so I just randomly did an activity and it gave me a chest piece, it would send it to my Postmaster, which is probably why there's a chest piece right here. Keep in mind, this will start deleting items if you let it get full. So don't let it get full. Make sure you're taking out items of your Postmaster and putting them in your vault. And I'll show you guys where the vault is in a second. Here you have the Eververse store. So you can also get to this from the Destinations menu store.
Something new?
This is the same thing, just the physical location of it. They definitely want to make sure that you know how to get to the Eververse, because they want your money. So if we head over here, here's one of our first main vendors. So this is Zavala. He is the Vanguard vendor. So Vanguard, if you go to destinations, this playlist right here, the Vanguard playlist. So anything strike related, which is just Vanguard ops, these are all the strikes. Or Nightfalls, which are strikes but harder levels and difficulties with different modifications. And Onslaught, which is your horde mode. So these are all Vanguard stuff. So if you click on him, he'll have the same reward structure. I still got a lot of engrams. And all these engrams you can focus, so you can just claim them if you want. Like I can claim one, it gives me a random thing, right? Or you can go to focus decoding, and then so this costs 3, so 13 out of 3 at the bottom there, and then I can guarantee this weapon with like random perks, right? So this is where the RNG comes in. If I want to roll for stuff, if I want to roll for like something specific, which is cool. You can also do the legacy stuff, which is these are just older stuff, bunch of weapons, bunch of armor. Yeah.
Back to the front, girl.
Alright, moving on. What do we got next? We got Lord Shaxx. He's the Crucible guy. So destinations Crucible next to Vanguard. Alright, oh, whoops, 2 over actually. Crucible. So this is your PvP plays. So any PvP stuff, rewards, it's gonna be through this guy. So same thing, same concept. You got your engrams. I can spend them if I want for random, or I can focus them into something specific. Like I can get that if I want, and it costs me 3. See, is it any good? No, not really. It's trash. Yeah, here's our Crucible guy. And then for all these vendors, as you get to the end, once you get to this part, you can reset your rank, and then you get new rewards that you have to unlock.
Crucible gets harsher.
All right, moving on. So we got a vault here. Well, we got 2 vaults. So we got one here, and we got one here. I always go to this one. I feel bad for this one. This one's not very popular. That's okay though. The vault. So there's 2 ways to go to the vault actually. You can actually go to the vault while you're in orbit, which I can't do now because I'm not in orbit. But you'll see, if you're in orbit, you'll see a little vault thing. So on controller, it's like one of the D-pads, and there's, I don't know the key on keyboard, but you'll see you can do the vault from orbit, which they added recently, which is nice. But this is just your storage. So you open it, and here you go. So you can sort this in a few different ways. So I have it sorted by default. Typically the default way is all your kinetic slot weapons, so like your top slot, and then start getting to your energy slot, and then you start getting to power weapons, and then you start doing armor, right? But you can sort it however you want. So you can do newest acquired, you can do rarity, and then if you're in the vault, you can bring up your character inventory, and then you'll see a new button. So you see where it says store right there. So I can put these weapons in there. Bam. So now they're out of my inventory. And then if I sort it by, go back to newest, and there they are, because I just put them in. And then you just click on them to take them back out. Oh yeah, the Companions app. So Bungie officially partnered with DIM, which I'll do a separate thing for that. But DIM is 100%. You should get DIM. It's great. DIM is fantastic. Once you start collecting a bunch of stuff, and you're like, oh man, this is hard to manage all my stuff. DIM is just so good to have. But I'll go do that on a separate video. Oh, the Exotic Archive. So this one's cool. So this has a lot of the exotics that were previously released. You can just buy them outright. So, and it tells you when they were released. So this is Destiny 2 Year 1. So that was the Red War expansion, like when the game launched. The content was lost. But when the game launched, it was the Red War. And then you have your Red War weapons. So I don't even have all these, actually. I don't have this sword. I'll probably get it eventually. Some weapons, so I can unlock this one. Some require Spoils of Conquest. So if they require spoils, that means it was a raid weapon. So Legend of Acrius, for example, is a raid weapon. I don't even know what raid that's from. I started playing Beyond Light, so I actually never played that raid. And I don't want to say the wrong raid. But weapons that require spoils, it's just telling you it's a raid weapon. And the way you get spoils is by doing raids. Then you got your Forsaken stuff. A lot of good weapons in here. I'm going to do a separate video for this to tell newcomers like what to buy. Because there's a lot of stuff in here. Then you have your Witch Queen. Great expansion. You have your Lightfall. That was one of the expansions of all time. And then Final Shape. Then you also have Legacy gear, so you could get like the old Sunset stuff here. Like the old Recluse Mountaintop, which I actually started playing after these got Sunset. Basically, these are a bunch of weapons that got removed from the game, but then they re-added them. It's very confusing. Long story short, there's a bunch of stuff in here you can get. You don't need to worry about the wins and whys. Alright, so let's hit up Rahul. So this is your Engram guy. So if you go to your inventory, So you got your materials over here. So you get engrams over here. So you can only have 8. If I get more, they go to my postmaster. But this guy will turn these engrams into stuff. And it tells you the light that it'll drop at. This one's 0. Sometimes you'll get a 0-1. It's weird. I think it's a bug in their system. But yeah, you can just click on them, blah, blah, blah. I can also dismiss this. And he was reworked this episode, this expansion. So he has a lot more cool stuff now. These ships are like starting out ships if you actually don't have one. But you can, a few things you can do here. So you can do material exchange. So he's asking for different planetary fragments for Glimmer, so I can trade stuff. A lot of these are like you can't acquire some of these anymore, which is nice if you've been playing a while, or if you're like a returning player and you have all these currencies, they're actually like they might be useless. So definitely check out Rahul to see if you can trade them in for something. If you do have a material and it says it's useless, let me see if I can find one. Oh yeah, here we go. So etheric spiral. So this item serves no purpose and can be safely dismantled. So in their attempt to kind of declutter the game, Bungie removed a lot of the materials. And you can now, I wouldn't discard them, but I would turn them into Rahul, which I believe he's on rotation. So definitely be checking him to see when you can trade in your appropriate material. Yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of stuff here for different materials. And these reset, I want to say daily, but don't quote me on that. It might be weekly. Check them occasionally. One new thing they have been doing is, so exotic engrams, you can now focus them. I would never do this for like the expansion. It's kind of weird because you're still leaving it up to a lot of chance. But any exotic you have acquired, you can now focus that directly. You need 2 Ascendant Shards, 1 exotic engram, and Glimmer. So once you get playing more and you kind of like find the exotic, like, oh man, this one's really cool, I like this one, and you start making a build, but the stats on it are really bad, you can come here without like trying to farm for like a random exotic. You can just come here and spend some stuff and get a guaranteed exotic, and then pray to God or whoever and cross your fingers that you get a good roll. Those got some vehicles over here, some sparrows. Oh, over here is the terminal special delivery. So typically this is used for pre-order stuff and like special edition stuff. So you'll see a bunch of stuff here, but I haven't seen it used for anything other than that. Here is the gunsmith.
You don't look too banged up.
So same thing, you have a rank reward thing here that you can reset at the end. He actually does have some bounties. He's like one of the only ones with bounties. And yep, got my engrams here. I can focus them into some weapons. And then Banshee also sells random weapons. So these do reset every week. And you should probably, when you're starting out, check these weapons because they might be good. I wouldn't worry about the perks for now until you kind of get familiar with like what's good and what's not, because there's so many perks. But just look at like what looks cool. So like if you want an auto rifle, like, oh, that looks cool. Or you want like a sidearm, like you want to be kind of close range. Like, ooh, that looks cool. You just do that, right? Hand cannon. Yeah. Alright, we are going to go... Let's go the other way.
We need a centralized city government.
Actually, no, we'll go this way.
Ever.
I changed my mind. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, but this probably won't be that short. That's okay, though. Yeah, we got some cool flowers going on here. Some cool stuff. I like the tower. It's definitely a vibe, for sure. Changes with events and stuff, which is nice. Like when it snows, they do like snow stuff. Before the final shape, there's like a bunch of pyramid ships here, which are really cool. Evil bad guys. So here you can find Ikora Rey. So she's really good for new players.
Feels strange to come back to the town.
Oh god.
I look over at the ramen counter
Okay.
and half expect to see Kane.
Ikora, come on. I'm trying to make a video here.
What can you teach me?
Alright, so she's got some abandoned quests here, which is cool. You can get like a guaranteed exotic from there. This is important for new lights, but don't click on these if you're not a new light and you like already made a build, right? So if you click on one of these, it'll actually reset your loadout, which is kind of annoying. So keep that in mind. But if you're a new light, you can come here and pick which one that looks cool. I'll do another video for new lights, but yeah. all of your fragments and stuff. So all the aspects, fragments, and grenades you can find here. And you can unlock these. I want to say it's with Glimmer. Pretty sure it's with Glimmer. Yeah. So I obviously already have them. But these are just for build crafting. Don't focus on these too much until obviously you get enough Glimmer, right? You don't want to be broke. And then I wouldn't spread yourself too thin. So in general, like when you're starting out or new, I would pick a subclass with the kit that looks cool. You're like, ooh, I want to be flamey gun guy, or I want to be arc dude, right? With my little staff, or I want to be void bow guy. Like pick one of those, and then click Glimmer over time. And then you see like, all right, where's grenades at? So you're like, oh, action bolt, that sounds cool. All right, seeks out targets. Or like vortex, right? You find something that's cool for like the one that you're working on. So don't spread yourself too thin. Pick one class and then kind of work toward that, and then you can kind of branch out after that. But Ikoria is good for getting your subclass stuff. Oh, here is it's the noodle shop. There's noodles here if you're hungry. And then over here, so we got Hawthorne, bird lady. She's chilling with her hawk. So she's like the clan bender, so you can get all your clan stuff here. She also gives you red borders for the last wish raid if you end up doing raids. She'll give you a quest you can do. I want to say I already have the quest. But yeah, she'll give you a quest and you can get like a guaranteed red border, which is kind of cool. Yeah, you said you see the red text. Oh, deep sight mine. Yeah, you can get quests here, or excuse me, bounties here, which are kind of cool. Some of these aren't too bad, like win some Crucible matches, win some Gambit matches. Some of them are harder, like complete a raid. And then same thing, she's got a reward structure. I haven't even like collected any of these. I'm sure this is gonna bother some people, like, oh, you need to click on everything. You can also buy raid banners here. So raid banners and raids, you put them down on the start of the encounter, and it gives everybody ammo, and it gives them super energy and ability energy. So that's useful if you're into raiding or dungeons.
Careful out there.
Alright, I will be careful. See you later. Alright, and we're going down here, So we're coming up to the best part of the tour. And I hope you agree. It's really not up for debate, honestly. Aha, there he is. It's the good boy. Activate good boy protocol. This is clearly the only reason I play Destiny. Is for the dog. He's so cute. Alright, so in here is Ada 1. So she carries some stuff.
Welcome back.
But the main thing she does, ooh, a new shader. I don't have the shader. Cool. Nah, it's kind of boring.
Very well.
Yeah, she'll sell some shaders. She also sells some armor, which normally isn't very good. But she gives these bounties for armor synthesis. So if you've ever played any other MMO, there's a system called Transmog. I didn't know what that was because this was kind of like my first entry point into Transmog for Destiny. But Transmog is officially how you make your character look cool, right? So if I go over here, and then so these are all my chess pieces I have unlocked. So some of them you get naturally, some of them you get from rewards, some of them you get on the season pass. But a lot of them you can unlock here. So appearance customization. It brings me up to this screen, and then so these are all, and then you see the locked ones, and then you see it cost Synthweave template. So they wanted to make this very confusing for whatever reason, but all you need to know is to unlock what you want to wear. So make sure you preview it, that way you know what it looks like. You need a thing, and the thing is of course different on every class, so it's called something different. There we go, yeah. So this is like a universal one, the Synthweave template. And then this is my Warlock one. The bolt plates are on Titan, and then Hunter has strap. So the way you get these are by doing these quests. So it gives you these materials. And some of these are really easy, like the Vanguard one is easy. Crucible, if you like Crucible, which if you're new you probably won't. Gambit's not too bad. Destination is pretty easy as well. And then raids, that probably won't be what you're looking for if you're a newer player. But you basically do the quest. It'll have like a few objectives, and you just do it. Not too bad. And then you then turn them in here. I don't have any right now, but what this does is I turn them in there, and then that gives me one of these things. And then once you have one of the things, you can unlock one of the locked things. And then once you unlock it, that is now like a permanently available option. Oops. So that would then show up here, and then I can use that like whatever. Like I can equip these chest pieces like whatever. I can just look as cool as I want. Got a bunch of different options, right? So many different options. Where's my cowboy hat? Haha. Can't go wrong with the cowboy hat. Yeah, so that's how the transmog works in this game. It's a little confusing for no reason, but it gets the job done. There's also a way to buy the materials, but it costs Glimmer, and I would not recommend that because you can get a lot of them in game. There's a limit that you can get per season or episode, but I honestly recommend, like, you don't need to spend silver on them. Like, you get a lot of them. You'll start adding them up between the ones you unlock with the quest and then the ones you unlock in the season pass, and then you'll end up having like so many of these. Like, I mean, I have like 20 different boots. Like, I'm good. I don't need 50 different pairs of boots. I got plenty of combinations. And here is Drifter. So this is the Gambit guy. So if we go back here in destinations. So Gambit. So this was your PvEVP mode. So basically your team's 4v4. You shoot a bunch of dudes, and then one person can invade the other side. The goal is to get your score up to 100, and then a big boss comes out, and then you got to kill the boss. I think it's fun. A lot of people don't like it, but I think, like, if you're just going into it casually, it can be kind of fun, in my opinion. But same thing, reward structure. He's got a quest here that I've already done. I don't know why it's here. And then some Gambit weapons. And then we got one last place to go, and then we'll be done. Alright. Off we go this way. Yeah, there's like a bunch of secret stuff here, but I'm trying to keep this just to the essentials. There's a lot of steps you can do in the tower. I like the tower though. You come here, our clan comes here, we hang out, you know, downtime in between activities. It's a good time.
For everyone who can't.
Don't worry about that. Oh, that's Crow. Crow's just chilling. So this guy is your Trials of Osiris vendor. So if you're into PvP and sweating and possibly raging, then this is the guy you want to see. So Trials of Osiris is a PvP game mode, so Crucible. But it's only every weekend, so it's not showing up until the weekend. And that is pretty much it. I hope I didn't take too much of your time, but yeah, this is the basics of the tower. A lot of stuff you can do here, and I hope this helps. Thanks, see you later.